that is organization and classification of data. And in addition to that, how it can be presented. The collected data after streamlining, classifying, organizing, that data can be presented through various methods. One is called descriptive presentation, in which we write a essay type narration of the complete data. But it is not that much effective to analyze the data when not aware about the subject concern. That's why its alternative method of presentation is called tabular presentation of data. Then the tabular presentation, we have a row heading, column heading, body of the table, title of the table, and table number. In addition to that, what is the source and how we measured that we mentioned, like a footnote and source note. These are the very important parts of quantitative tabulation. This table give information in such a way that within the short period, short notice, we could able to understand the collected data revealing about what and how it is. In this table, the important parts are table number, title of the table, row heading, column heading, body of the table, footnote, source note, etc. So if this tabular presentation also few people cannot follow if they are not concerned with our subject. Even though they are literate, they may not understand. So that's why we have a other alternative methods to present it. That is called diagrammatic presentation. So diagrammatic presentation is more effective than the tabular presentation. In the diagrammatic presentation, we have various methods. That is geometric method. Second is called bar diagram, pie diagram, circular diagram, and frequency curves, arithmetic line graph. The first method, that is we take a plain paper or graph paper, on that we will draw a rectangles or lines like a bars. That in that way also we can present. In that bar diagram, we have a simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, component bar diagram. When simple bar diagram indicates about individual only one variable. When multiple means more than one variable. And one variable itself having the components, then it can be represented in the component bar diagram. If those values are absolute values, if we are converting into the percentage, degrees, then that narration is called relative presentation, that can be shown through the pie diagram, which we call it as a pie chart or circular diagram. If this is the not that much effective, or if we want to go for other alternative, we have another diagrams. Generally those diagrams used for the organized data, that is maybe discrete series or continuous series. Continuous series, we know that, which is having upper limit as well as lower limit, and which possessing some frequency. So there we draw first histogram based on the continuous series from this upper limit to this lower limit to this upper limit, this much of value that can be presented through the bar diagrams. That is what to say, as it is having the continuous series organized one grouped data, we put it into the rectangles. Those are called as a histogram. Histograms are very much useful compared to the bar diagram, because bar diagram not useful for the continuous series. I mean grouped data, just ungrouped data it uses. But whereas this one will help us to know grouped data with class intervals, how much frequency. When you are adjoining the midpoints of all histograms and joining with a line, we get it one line. That line is called frequency polygon. Frequency polygon. And another one is called, it is not exact one, nearby also we can line, freehand line you can draw, that is called frequency curve. Frequency curve. So frequency curve are drawn out of histogram frequency polygon. And if frequencies are added, summed up, then it is called as cumulative frequency. There we have a two, that is less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency. So less than cumulative frequency, more than cumulative frequency curve, where both are intersecting, that point is called as a median. That point is called median. Highest bar of the graph is gives the or represent the mode of the series or mode of the data. Whereas when less than cumulative frequency curve, more than cumulative, if intersecting, then it gives the value of median. Median means graphically also we can find out the median as well as mode. Whereas arithmetic mean this graphs diagrams not helps us. Only that is also simple to calculate. We know that how to. So in this way, this is called diagrammatic presentation. Now let us move on to the one more topic, as we have a limited classes, so that better to cover more points. After presentation of data, now what we want to know, instead of giving big explanation and a huge summary, better to go with a single value which can represent the whole information, whole numerical data. That's why we make use of measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency, in which we have primary primary averages and secondary averages. When come to the primary averages, the average value when we giving the whole data's idea we get. In that first one is called arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. This arithmetic mean is the central value or idea of the total data. For example, if 10 members secured different marks in English, then when When we get the average mark of them, then it is called arithmetic mean. How to find out? Very simple. That 10 members marks were supposed to be added and divided with that number of students, that is by 10, we get a value that is called arithmetic mean. This arithmetic mean simple to understand, easy to calculate, and it is much more useful in various academic activities, even for the getting the aggregate or per capita income or central value of that data. So for this we have a different formulas based on the availability of data. There are two types of data we know. One is called grouped data and another one is called ungrouped data. When it is not put under frequency distribution, then it is called ungrouped data. In the ungrouped data, we follow the formula sigma x by n, means values of all the variables plus number of variables. It will give arithmetic mean. We denote like this. Arithmetic mean is equal to x bar is equal to sigma x divided by n, where n represents the number of variables and sigma x denotes values of each candidate or participant. So we get the average mark which represent the whole information. Am I clear? Am I clear? Now next is another formulas also there, like sigma fx by n. Here f into x means x is the variable, f is its against frequency. That is generally we make use in the group data, that to descriptive series. Discrete series, as we have a three series: individual series, discrete series, continuous series. Okay, so here in the discrete series we apply the formula of sigma fx by sigma f, or you can say n. And when come to the continuous series means which data having its class intervals in between, maybe 0 to 1 or 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, like that. This is called exclusive series. There another one is there, inclusive series. One class upper limit may not become lower limit to the next class. That is called inclusive series. Generally, we we go with exclusive series. If it is inclusive also, we convert it to the exclusive. Then we apply the formula, depends on the method. There is shortcut method, direct method, step deviation method, assumed mean method, like that. If it is direct method, we will do like this. That is arithmetic mean is equal to x bar, that is equal to sigma f m by sigma f. F is frequency. Sigma f means summation of total frequencies. Then what next stands? That is fm. M means mid value. How to find out the mid value? Upper limit of the lower class, upper limit of the class plus lower limit of the class plus upper limit of the class divided by 2. That will give this one. Which one? that is arithmetic mean. Am I clear? Am I clear? If direct method is if numbers are big number, that time you cannot go with direct method. We want to go with shortcut method. In the shortcut method, what we do is another formula we apply that formula in this way. That is, in that mid values of each class, one of the mid value we choose as a assumed mean. Approximately, it is nearer to the arithmetic mean. Such value we choose, or any value can be chosen. That is denoted as a assumed mean. Then we apply the formula in this way. Arithmetic mean is equal to x bar is equal to a plus sigma fd by sigma f, where a stands for assumed mean, sigma f stands for total frequency, sigma fd is the summation of fd's of each class f into d. F means frequency into d. D means deviation. Deviation, how you will get? That is representing frequency mid value minus assumed mean. For example, mid value is the 5. Assumed mean is the 20. That time what we do? 5 minus 25 is equal to minus 20. If the mid value is the 10, assumed mean is the 25. That time what we do? 10 minus 25 divided by 2. Like that we go on. So the whatever the values we derive, those values can be substituted in the formula to get the actual arithmetic mean. These are the steps to be followed and formula to be used to get central idea of the data, that is arithmetic mean. Now next question comes. If this is also look like a big and tedious one, we go with another method which we call is as a step deviation method. Their formula is different. That is arithmetic mean is equal to x bar is equal to sigma fd1 by sigma f into c. Here A stands for assumed mean, sigma f stands for total frequency, and fd1 is the multiply of f into d1. Here d1 is equal to m minus a by c. M means mid value of the corresponding frequency minus a assumed mean divided by common factor, which value can be divided all the deviations. Such value can be chosen as a common factor. Then we apply a plus sigma fd by f into c common factor. This is called step deviation method to get the arithmetic mean. So why to discuss about this arithmetic mean? Because arithmetic mean is the very much useful tool in the statistics and mathematics calculation, and to assess the per capita income or to assess the performance of each and every activity. Generally we go and find average, that is arithmetic mean. Then this arithmetic mean having these many steps, no, then instead of that any other average is there? Yes, median. In the median, how to calculate median? Very simple. Whichever the data we received, that is ungrouped data, it might be individual data, there the values we are put into the order, ascending order or descending. Ascending order means small values to big value, descending order means highest values to lowest value. So where these two curves are intersecting, that is representing the median. Okay, this is another. And this is that's why it is called as a positional average. The positional average, who will get this median? Whichever the data we got it, that we put in the systematic order, that is ascending or descending, small to big or big to small, and we apply the formula n plus 1 by 2. N means number of variables plus 1 by 2. For example, 9 members are participated in that, we want to know the average, we apply in this way, n plus 1 by 2. N how many? 9 members plus 1 is equal to 10 by 2. How much? 5. So in the arranged data, the fifth position which value got it, that is declared as a median. For example, if 10 are there, that is 10 plus 1 by 2, that time 11.2, then it is equal to 5.5. So they, then we say the middle value or median lies between fifth and sixth variables. So we go on, add this 2 and divide it with the 2, then we get the median positional average. Am I clear? Am I clear? Now, next comes to about mode. In some cases, mode is very much useful average, which may represent the whole data which we collected and analyzed and presented. That is called mode. How to find mode? Very simple. Which value repeatedly coming or recurring or coming again and again, that value can be treated as average, that is mode. Mode. So, or else which class is having the highest frequency, that class is declared as a modal class. Then how to find out the mode? We have a formula. Based when we apply the values in such and such a formula, we get the value of mode. So these are the three important averages which will help to analyze the information by applying the arithmetic mean or median or mode. Am I clear? Am I clear? Now, next question comes. Among these three averages, which is the best? Yes, all are best only. Depends upon the situation and activity. We make use of any average. Any average. This mode, we have a formula, that is mode is equal to L1 plus delta 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2. What is L1? Lower limit of the modal class. Which class is declared as a modal class? Which class is having the highest frequency? That class is going to declare as a modal class. So its lower limit only the L1. Then next D1 means deviation from the modal class frequency minus its preceding frequency. We get D1. How to get D2? Modal class corresponding frequency minus succeeding class frequency. Then we get the value. So that's why L1 plus D1 divided by D1 plus D2 into I. What is I? Class interval. What is the difference between upper limit and lower limit? It is called as a interval. So we apply in this way. L1 plus delta 1 divided by delta 1 plus delta 2 into I. L1 stands where? lower limit of the model class, then d1, or you can say delta 1 is equal to f0 minus f1. Here f0 is the model class frequency, f1 is preceding to the model class. Then delta 2 stands for f0 minus f2. Here f0 is the frequency of the model class. F2 is the succeeding frequency of the model class. So in that way, then I is class interval. That is difference between lower limit of the class and upper limit of the class, my dear children. So these three averages are more and more uh, useful in the different economic activity. Among these three, which is best if you ask? Each average having its own merits as well as demerits, as well as we make use of these averages depends upon the situation and well that employer expecting to use, accordingly we make use of that average to assess. Am I clear? In the earlier class, one more topic also we were discussed, that is correlation and index number. Correlation and index number. In the correlation, we were discussed that comparing, contrasting, distinguishing, and to know the relation between two group of variables. That is correlation. I want to revise it. That in the correlation, how to measure it? There are one method is called scatter diagram. On the graph paper, when we are x values and y values are pointed, all those points moving positive direction, positive correlation, opposite direction, that is negative correlation, not showing any path, then it is zero correlation. And when it is the points are in the straight line moving, then it is linear. When it is not a straight line, then it is called non-linear correlation. High degree correlation, and low degree. There we also discussed, my dear children, that is the properties of correlation. Correlation is the pure number. It shows causation, not cause and effect relation. Cause and effect relation will be narrated with the help of regression. Whereas in the correlation, it is a pure number, and it is lies between -1 and +1. -1 negative correlation, +1 positive correlation, 0 no correlation. Example is height of the person and marks of that person. Likewise. So this correlation not only can be shown with the scatter diagram, even other methods also available. One is called Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation, and another method is called Spearman's rank correlation. This is in the discussed in detail in the earlier classes. One more topic were also discussed, that is called index numbers. Index numbers. Before revising that index number, I am expecting from you, if any query is from your side, you are welcome to ask. After that, I will revise the index number some part, then we will go ahead. This 5 minutes you can take to ask any doubt if you have. So, my dear children, that is about index number. Index numbers will help us to know how much production is increased, how much prices are increased, how much cost incurred, and how to decide the wages are interim relief and DA for the employees. Not only that, these index numbers are the barometer for assessing the complete economy, how it is. Okay, so that's why better to know about the index numbers. In the index numbers, the first problem is uh, what formula to be used. Number one, what index number to be used, like a consumer price index, wholesale price index, Sensex, human development index, like that we have so many. And formulas also, last pair method, Passy method, Kelly method, Bowley method, Irving Fisher ideal index number, all these are there. Before that, first, what is index number? Which is comparing with the previous one, either maybe quantity or maybe price or maybe anything. So for that we denote like this simple price index, that is P1 by P0. P1 is the current price, P0 is the base year price. What is base year price? Which year you chosen to compare the present changes. That is called base year. In that base year also we have a chain base year, fixed base year, like that. But the base year suppose you were normal, in which period they suppose not to face any economic crisis or tsunami or what to say, uh, this kind of pandemics or epidemics, whatever it is. Such type of year should be chosen as a base year. So with the base year, we compare with the current one. So when one value, when more than one, then we use all the values. Means, for example, in the food grains, for example, rice, dal, and vegetables, etc. If it is there, so we take all the prices of present one, all these things, divided with the previous prices of all these commodities. So that's why we use like this sigma f1 by sigma f0. When we quantities are not given, like this, if quantities are given, that's why we apply with the p1 into q0 divided by p0 q0. Here p1 is present, p0 is basic, then q0 q0 previous quantities, when you are taking latest q1 q1. So sometimes we go with the weightage of the product also, right? And in this way, we apply any formula to assess what changes taken place. These are very much useful in the wage determination or DA announcement, or to know the living standards of the people, or how much output change taken place, and preference of each component. So here we have so many are there, like a consumer price index. Generally, it is useful for the wage revision, DA decision, etc. When come to the wholesale price index, then how the output changed and all. When you are taking only agriculture, that is agriculture price index, agriculture index. One more also there, industrial price index. One more also you have, that is what you call human development index, how much development taken place to compare, like that. So many we have. Not only that, Sensex, how much change is taken place in the share market earlier and now. What is the position of big book? Bull and bears. Bulls means who are always optimistic. That's why they go on buying the share. Then another one, bears who are always pessimistic. The prices will go down like that. They imagine and they will sell it. So these bulls and bears are the brokers or agents in the stock market. So there it will useful. Agriculture price index, industrial price index, wholesale price index, consumer price index, and Sensex. Like this, so many we have. The popular one is called consumer price index. We maximum make use of this consumer price index in the various activities to understand living standards of the people, or to change the or to compensate their wages with the changing prices. And not only that, we can understand the economic condition of the economy as well. So, dear children, so each technique, part of the uh, quantity techniques, very much useful in our day-to-day activities. Am I clear? Am I clear? And today we were discussed about arithmetic mean, median, mode. Along with that, we also revised index numbers and correlation, and data collection methods and presentation of the data. Like this, we were revised and discussed. If like that, if any things are there, having the doubt in any topic, you are welcome to ask your doubt. And before leaving from this meeting, I will give you my phone number, mobile, and whenever you have a come across in any kind of doubt, any topic, only thing you introduce yourself. I am the student of so and so, my, and I am having the doubt about this topic, and please narrate me, so that I will definitely whichever the doubt comes to you, I am ready to clear anytime. If when you called me that time, if I am busy, I will give you time, so and so time I will take up and I will clear your doubts. Like that, we will go ahead.